Okay, hello there everybody and welcome back once again to the Theme Park Jack YouTube channel. Today on this YouTube video, TPJ discussion, which is one of my new series that I've introduced. I've gone through a bit of a rebrand in terms of the series and introduced some new ones, including the Roller Coaster Tycoon series coming soon, so stay tuned for that. And I have also released a blog post on this, which is going on at the same time as this video. So yeah, lots to look forward to on the channel. But yes, today we are talking about Vortex at Kings Island, which is to be retired after 33 seasons of operation and over 45 million riders. I would just like to also apologise for the quality of the video you're watching now on the screen. This is an official POV taken from the Kings Island YouTube channel. I don't want to use anyone else's POVs, because obviously it's not fair, they've been and filmed it and what have you, so yeah, and I just get hit with copyright strikes as well, but it wouldn't be fair, so I never use anyone else's POVs except official ones taken from the theme park, the theme park's official YouTube channels, and that's what this is today. Obviously it's better than me just talking at the camera though, so enjoy the video. Okay, so Don Helbig from Kings Island confirmed today that on the 27th of September that the Vortex roller coaster is to close. As I just said a few minutes ago, 45 million riders, 33 seasons since it opened in 1987. Now, this ride has a 138-foot drop, speeds of 55 miles per hour, and was the first roller coaster in the world to take people upside down 6 times. Now, this day and age, we're up to 14. So obviously, things have progressed quite a lot, over double compared to what this has. However, Vortex was still a popular ride. It was very well known, it was very famous, and it was renowned for being one of the better aerodynamics looping coasters, and it was a custom model too. Why do I think this is closed? I don't think this was planned. Now, obviously, it was just a normal reason. It's reached the end of its service life, the reason that all parks always say as a reason for it closing down. However, I do think there is some truth in this. At the end of the day, right, last year they did this big competition. Well, it's not really a competition, is it? But like this big thing over which roller coaster's going. Is it Vortex or is it Firehawk or is it something else? One roller coaster is set to leave the park. That was at the end of last year over which roller coaster was going to build Orion, the new coaster coming next year in its place. Now, it ended up being Firehawk, obviously, that has now gone. However, do you really think if back then they were planning to take out 2 of the roller coasters there, they'd do this whole thing of one roller coaster is set to leave? If they then plan to just go and rip the other one down a year later, I just don't believe that at all. And I just don't think that that is what happened at all. I just do not think that they planned this to happen. I think that probably they got an upcoming maintenance bill on this, like that they'd had to replace something, or maybe just an upcoming cost of the ride that they thought that, hang on a minute, we've got a maintenance bill over something that's going to have to be fixed or improved or modified ready for next season. Maybe they have to do a bit of retracking or install a new lift hill motor. These are just all things that obviously, it's fine for now. However, it's something that's getting old, and there are like parts of the ride that need replacing, which are going to cost. Kings Island have seen that, will see the fair have, and they thought, right, do we go and shell out all this money, or do we call it a day with the ride, rip it out, while people are still kind of on a high with the new roller coaster coming next year, and then in a couple of years' time put a new coaster in its place, which they would be adding a new coaster in a couple of years' time anyway. I think that's the reasoning behind this. I don't think it was planned. So yeah, what could I see come and replace the ride? Well, that is quite a good question. What could replace Vortex? I think probably they're going to go and work with Mack Rides again. Now, Mack Rides made Copperhead Strike over at Carowinds, opened this year, and that went down really well. It got some rave reviews. I've been on Mack Rides launch coasters. The smooth rides are enjoyable rides, the rides that everyone likes, and I think especially kind of the terrain layout that they can do where Vortex is, I think that is prime space for a Mack Rides multi-launch roller coaster, and I really do think that is what is going to be taking the place of that. I don't think it's going to be an RMC Raptor. I think it's too big of a park for them to put an RMC Raptor in. Cedar Fair invests, not many new rides, but big investments in new rides, and they spend a lot of money and get a big new ride for say 1 or 2 parks each year. Now, I thought that this might be a turning point and they might start focusing on some other smaller parks. I mean, they haven't. Like, there's parks in the chain that have gone 7, 8, 9, 10 plus years without a new roller coaster. Then Kings Island usually goes 2 or 3. So, look, I think it definitely will be a Mack Rise launch coaster. I think in a couple of years' time, that'll be the new major ride for the year. They'll shell out a load of money on it, and that will be that. So, I think that is definitely going to be what's happening here. I don't think it was planned again. However, I think now they're thinking, well, yeah, we could wilt in Mack Rides again and put a new roller coaster in, similar to Copperhead Strike over at Carowinds. It will not be a clone of it, I can say that now. Cedar Fair don't really clone their rides. Again, they spend a lot more money, kind of concentrated around 1 or 2 big investments, and then the other parks just kind of get nothing. Maybe a new restaurant, a new show, or at best a couple of new rides. Nothing really major or kind of substantial going to any of the other parks. So those are my thoughts on the Vortex removal. It is a shame to see such a good ride go, but I think that is what's going to happen. So in 2 years' time, we can look back on this and see if I was right. So thank you very much for watching this video. I've got loads of vlogs, reviews, other videos to come. I've got an hour-long vlog from Flamingo Land coming on in a few days, so look forward to that. And I'll see you in that next video very soon. Goodbye. And remember to check out themeparkjack.com and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at themeparkjack. Goodbye.